I will discuss the GST and asset under construction. So, this is the GST. GST means goods and service taxes. GST, which stands for goods and service taxes, is an indirect tax system implemented in India. And the definition is GST is a comprehensive multi-stage and destination based tax. It has replaced several indirect taxes in India, including excise duty, VAT, and service tax. The Goods and Service Tax Act was passed in the Indian Parliament on March 29, 2017, and it come into effect on July 1st, 2017. In sample terms, GST is levied on the supply of goods and services. And its works, GST is applicable at every point of the sale along the supply chain. And this is the for intrastate sales within the same state, central tax CGST and state tax is SGST are charged. For interstate sales between different states, it is integrated IGST is applicable. It is a value added tax, meaning it is levied at each stage of production or distribution, reflecting the value added to the product or services. And key features. Multi-stage goods and services go through various stages, that is raw materials to end consumers, and GST is levied at each stage. Value addition. GST accounts for the monetary value added at each stage of production or distribution. Destination based. Tax revenue goes to the state where the goods or services are consumed. GST journey in India. The journey toward implementing GST began in 2000 when a committee was formed to draft the law. It took 17 years for the law to evolve. In 2017, the GST bill was passed in both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. On July 1st, 2017, the GST law officially came into force. GST is an indirect tax and levied on the supply of goods and services. Types of GST is central tax CGST and state tax SCST, and integrated tax is IGST, and union territory taxes is UTGST or UGST. And the transaction keys is purchases are input tax and sales are output tax. The intra-state input tax is CGST and SCST, and interstate input tax is GST, and intrastate sales output tax, output CGST and output SGST, and interstate is output IGST. Input GST is purchases, that is the current assets, and output GST is sales, that is current liability. And entries, intrastate purchases is input tax and input CGST and input IGST, and interstate IGST input, and sales is output CGST and output SCST, and Interstate is IGST output. Configuration steps. Define tax access sequences is OBQ2 or OBYZ, and define condition types is OBQ1, OBYZ. Create account keys is OBCN, and define tax procedure is OBQ3 or OBYZ. Assign tax procedure to country is OBBG T code, and create tax code in current country is FTXP, and assign GL to account keys is OB40. This is the examples. This is the GST online definitions.
Fauzana Garu, you can do the assignments first, then we'll wait for unit testing. We'll understand.
This is my document. Input CGST and input SGST intrastate. This is output IGST. This is output CGST and SGST. And this is asset accounting configurations, organization structure, define chart of depreciation. This is the path. Financial accounting new asset accounting, organization structures, copy reference chart of depreciation and depreciation area. And next step is assign input tax indicator for non-taxable and acquisitions. This is the path. And assign chart of depreciation to company code. This is the path. And define account determination, financial accounting, asset accounting, organization structure, asset classes, specify account determination. And the next is specify screen layout rules. This is the path. Define number ranges intervals. This is the path and this is the T code. And define asset classes, financial accounting, no accounting, asset accounting, organization structure, asset classes, define asset classes, and create GL account. GL accounts required for asset accounting is FS00, and define account assignment, financial accounting, new asset accounting integrated with the general ledger and assign GL accounts. And this is the depreciation key configurations. Define base methods, financial accounting, no asset accounting, depreciation valuation method, depreciation key calculation methods, define base methods, and define multi-level methods. This is the path. And define depreciation. This is the path. And define or assign form. This is the path. And assign settlement profile to company code for AUC. Financial accounting, new asset accounting, transactions, capitalization of AUC, and define and assign settlement profile. This is the new asset accounting and asset under construction configurations is this. And assign asset under construction end-to-end process is this. And assets under construction are the special form of tangible assets. They are usually displayed as a separate balance sheet item, requiring separate account determination and their own asset classes. During the construction path of an asset, all accrual postings are assigned to the AUC. Once the asset is completed, a transfer is made to the final fixed asset. And then this is the without internal order, and internal order as are used to chapter 2 costs of AUC during the construction pass. Once the AUC is completed, the final asset is created in the appropriate asset class and the internal order is set to complete. The next settlement transfers the AUC asset value to the completed asset. And as AUC process is this, unit testing is this. This is the without order unit testing is asset, create assets, T code is AS01, and posting the closing invoice is FB01, and define distribution rules for asset under construction is AIAB, and settle asset under construction is AIBU. With the exclusion of this step, assets under construction are settled accordingly to their settlement rules. Note, under certain conditions, you may need to capitalize an asset under construction before all suppliers have presented their closing invoices. This can cause a few difficulties, especially if the closing invoice cannot be posted until the fiscal year following the capitalization of the asset under construction and down payment were already posted to the asset under construction. Initially, you post the down payment normally. If you then need to capitalize the asset under construction at the end of the fiscal year, but before the closing invoice is received, you post reserves for the total amount of the expected invoice. You post this reserves directly to the capitalized asset. The transaction type is 100. Acquisition transaction type is 100. In the case where you plan to distribute the values from the asset under construction to several final assets, it makes sense to post the reverse to the asset under construction first and then capitalize it. And whichever method you use to must reverse the down payment on the asset under construction, because the down payment is not allowed to appear in the account for the down payments to fixed assets. Instead, it must appear in the account for completed assets. To settle the AUC, down payment must be cleared with invoice or forecast invoice. The asset under construction can only be settled after this clearing. And this is the investment order and internal order unit testing. Creating investment internal order is KO01 and releasing internal order is KO02, and change the internal order is always KO02 T code, and posting invoice to investment order is FB60, and asset under construction settlement is KO8G. And the KO88 is manually. In contrast to assignment, you cannot perform settlement access field physical year boundaries. The system automatically determines the posting date from the posting period or fiscal year using the last day of the posting period. There is 3 process types defined for settlement: automatic and periodic and partial capitalization. Automatic. The system selects all the distribution rules for a sender, and periodic is all distribution rules will settlement types PR and AUC are selected. PR rules are applied first in investment measures. This is followed by settlement to assets under construction and partial capitalization. Use this processing type if you want to partial capitalization an investment measure which is not yet complete. That is, if you want to settle part of the overall cost to finished assets. With this process step, a periodic settlement is executed. All costs collected on the investment order will be settled to the automatically created AUC. And creating assets for complete AUC settlement is KO02, and create internal order settlement rule is KO02. In this process step, the settlement rules for the final settlement are maintained and the status of the investment order will be set to technical completed, which allows the final statement of the order and final statement of the investment order KO8G. The final settlement transfers the costs from the AUC asset to the completed asset and to the cost centers as specified in the settlement rules. After the final settlement, the balance of the investment order and of the AUC is 0. And completion of investment order KO02. In this process step, the investment order is closed by changing its status to closed. This is there is no depreciation. And the asset transfer to AUC asset is transferred to fixed assets. That is the 345 P type.
And do the AFAB in depreciation calculator.
One second, please. And this is the final fixed asset. The original depreciation is this. In financial year, the T type is 346. This is the depreciation chart. In this 23, depreciation is this, and the depreciation date starting date is 20th. Over, sir.
Yeah. Just want to add any point.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Okay. Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Am I audible, guys?
Yeah, okay. It's audible.
Uh, yeah. Anyone want to add any few more points to this topic? Yes, Suman. Please go ahead. Yeah, you can share whatever you have.
Okay,
Want
sir.
to add?
My screen is visible, sir.
Yeah, it's visible.
Uh, first thing, what is GST? GST means goods and service tax. Tax. This GST implement in 1st July 2017 in introducing BJP government. Before GST, before GST, what they are tax in India? Central access taxes, product service taxes. And VAT ETC tax collected in India. Indian government. First, no, first thing, input GST. Uh, when the GST collect in purchase goods time, on the input GST. And output GST. Traders or vendors collect from sales time. I mean, product will say sale, then collect the output GST. First one configurations. First one P code OBQ3 tax procedure. And next T code is OBQ2 tax keys. And next one OBBG country tax procedure assignment. And the next one FTXP code. This is for percentage rate of rate defined parties. And next one OB40 maintain the GL accounts. So for this tax case, we'll go to the server. First code OBQ3. Then first we create the tax procedure and MWST is a predefined tax procedure, and go to control, give these steps and condition type and from steps and account keys, sorry account keys, and then next go to OBQ2. For OBQ1, sir, I will give OBQ2. And condition type, this is for condition type and condition clause and calculations percentage, A for percentage, D for taxes, and next then go to OBBG
Account case is OBCN.
and country IN, and will assign your tax procedure. This is my tax procedure MWST. Then save, and again go to FTXP percent rates, tax rates, and country IN, and my tax code already I do. Just give my tax code R1. I give input tax 5%, and this is for CGST 2.5 and SGST 2.5, total 5%, and also check to R2, and this is doing is wrong, sir. Actually given the 999 total 18%, and next go to R3. This is for IGST single tax or integrated tax, and also output tax. This is for output tax key, and this is also I give 5% to 2.5 CGST, 2.5 SGST, and go to R5. This is for SGST 18%, CGST 9%, and SGST 9%, and R6. This is for IGST, output IGST 18% I given, and again go to OB40. And this is my transaction, and give chart of accounts, This is for input GST GL. I can explore the GL wise. And this is for balance sheet GL and control data only balance local currency and tax category apply for the all tax code and line item display 001 posting date and go to create bank interest. This is for G041 tax office clearing accounts. This is for automatic GL. Can you give the post automatically check? And this is for R2. R1, this is for R1 CGST GL and this is for SGST GL. Both are calculated the tax. And this is for IGST single tax GL. This is for output CGST GL. CGST calculated both CGST and SGST output. And this is for SGST. Also, we do the two types CGST, SGST, and R6. This is for output IGST single tax, and then I do for one unit testing in a B60 vendor invoice doing. Amount I give 50,000 rupees and you check and R1 input tax 5%. Simulate. GST not calculated, only TD is calculated.